And we are back. Of course, we talked to our chief meteorologist, Eric Finkenbeiner. He was at his homestead in Perry County.
The farm, yes, indeed.
He was standing out in the elements, and this morning we have another special treat.
Yeah, another member of our weather team, Dan Tomaso, meteorologist extraordinaire, out live in Dauphin County near Hershey. Dan, it looks snowy there. Tell us all about it.
Well, I'm so glad to be out here, first of all. Thanks for having me. And, you know, you guys are seeing some of the heavier snow in Harrisburg. I'm just south of the Hershey area, and I would say we're getting those 1 to 2 inch per hour rates. And this is the heaviest snow I've seen since I've been out here. And it's been about a half hour to 40 minutes. Right now, we are just over 4 inches, just off screen. I do have a ruler that I've been keeping track. And this is a flat, kind of undisturbed surface back here, kind of a stoop to my back porch, if you will, that I'm standing on. And it's been coming mostly straight down. It's not blowing a ton. But I can tell you earlier this morning, the flakes were very, very fine. Now they're much bigger, so they're a little bit more efficient in adding up. But they were so fine that standing behind me is my screened-in porch. And really, they're fine enough that they get through the screen. So I have a coating of snow even on my roofed off, screened in back porch. So this kind of gives you a perspective how the flake size has changed. Now it's coming down and adding up quickly. And it's still, let me grab a little bit here. It's still pretty fluffy. So it's not really going to, you know, all of a sudden start not accumulating here in the next couple of hours. This is the meat of the storm. And again, this is where we could go from 4 inches now to say by 11 noontime, we could be in that 8 to 9 inch range just here south of Hershey. Now, the question is, this is one of these areas, and I heard Seth Kaplan mentioning this, that the sleet line is going to creep farther and farther to the north. I think we will get sleet here. I think the sleet will even travel as far north as Harrisburg. Again, nothing's going to impede that milder air coming on through. So unfortunately, while this is probably the peak of the snowfall, about 1 to 2 inches per hour, it will start to wane heading into the afternoon. Brett, I know you've been mentioning all these caveats, but it was so cold this morning that even those very, very fine flakes with temperatures in the teens kind of gave us that base layer. And now we continue to add on a couple of inches per hour. So again, this is a pretty impressive storm. I've lived here at this particular location for about 6 years, and my biggest snow in the last 6 years was about 10 inches. So I think we have a chance of rivaling here. Again, over a foot in some areas, not out of the question, especially when we get these types of rates. Now, it is blowing a little bit in from the east. There's a little bit of an easterly breeze, but for now, things are kind of still. I'm hearing snow blowers across the neighborhood getting started. I've seen the snow plow come through as well. So the cleanup is starting, but I've seen no cars on the road, and that's a very, very good thing so far. The road's just behind me. It's one of the main roads to get to 743. Seems like people are heeding our advice so far, staying indoors, which is very, very good to see. But again, we're not out of the woods yet. Brett mentioned about 10 or so more hours to go of this steady snow over to sleet. So if you can stay home, please do. That's what I'm doing. Follow my advice. But I want all you guys back at the studio and all of our crews to be safe as well. I've been seeing all the reports and watching you all check in. You're doing a wonderful job of covering this.
And Dan, I have a quick question for you because
Sure.
Eric told us that he felt like a kid on Christmas morning with this storm, that he was up like every hour on the hour looking out his window. Are you feeling a little
I
bit
did
of the
not
same
sleep
way?
much. Yeah, I did not sleep much. We
You
were
guys.
we were live last night after 11:30. We had a full slate of NBA games. So we were on very late last night. And when I came home, nothing was really happening yet, but I started getting a few reports on Twitter of snow just south of the Chambersburg area. So it was starting. It was beginning. And then somehow I had to sleep in between. But I woke up pretty early this morning, looked out the window, and obviously things were adding up, but not to this level. This is the exciting stuff when it starts to come down much harder. And Brett, you know this. We just haven't had a lot of snow since 2016. It has been a snow drought in this area. So it's exciting when we finally see something accumulating in a bigger size and form.
And usually I can't sleep if I have some lingering doubts about the forecast. We've been pretty confident about this one, especially as you said that now is the meat of the storm, Dan. And I'll let you go here in just a bit. We have some other reports to get to, but just talk about too how unusual, and I've been asking all the reporters this, but you're outside, how unusual the cold air is at the start of this storm.
So I can't really showcase it right now, but what I'm looking at on top of my camera and my light that I'm staring at is I can actually see the shape of the snowflakes. And some of them are more needle-like. They're a little bit longer and skinnier versus those perfectly symmetrical dendrites that we see falling, the snowflakes that you can make when you fold a piece of paper and kind of cut into it like every kid project does. But this is more a mix, I would say, of dendrites and needles. So when it's this cold, you actually see the different shapes of snowflakes, and you'll see it kind of go back and forth based on the atmospheric conditions. So if you have some time, and if you are out cleaning up and you just happen to notice, maybe hold out your hand for a little bit, and I can actually see, again, it's really hard to tell on camera, but some of these are very, very pointy snowflakes, which we don't get here a whole lot. So when it's this cold, that really doesn't matter.
Our nerds love it. We love it as nerds, as science nerds, right, Dan?
Yeah.
I mean, it is great stuff. Thanks for checking in from Hershey for us. We appreciate it. And thanks for tracking the storm last night.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27. We're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.